SportsTissueBox.com.
SportsTissueBox.com.
Get your SportsTissueBox.com.
Football season is here, and what better way to commemorate the season than to grab your sports tissue box now at SportsTissueBoxes.com. Whether you're celebrating the thrill of victory or agony defeat, sports tissue boxes are there for both young and old. Grab your sports tissue box now at SportsTissueBoxes.com.
Call them, baby. The Mets are here.
Right here for you.
Regain your financial freedom by grabbing the book 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, an Amazon bestseller written by none other than Dr. Boyce Watkins. Grab the book now. Also, heating up summer 2023, B1 the movie, starring Dr. Claude Anderson, Madam President, and Riza Islam. Atlanta, Georgia, get ready. The All-Black National Convention is coming your way October 2023. We had the privilege of attending an All-Black National Convention. It was an absolutely life-changing experience. To get a free Dr. Boyce Watkins Black Business School training on how to make money without working, text the word STOCK to 31996.
Talk about Styles P. Yeah. Let's talk about that situation because he went on record the other day and said something about Trump.
Yeah, I actually got the audio of that. He was on, I guess, Touré's show, a black political correspondent who's kind of mixes hip hop and politics and things like that. Had Styles P on, and Styles P gave his opinion on why he preferred Trump and his administration over Biden's.
I did prefer when Trump was in office over Biden. And I can tell you clearly why. Why? Black people paid more attention to what was going on.
Because we felt like we were in crisis.
Yeah.
Because we were
in crisis now, though. But when it's somebody, I'd rather have you tell me you don't like me and know you don't like me and you inform me than me have to guess it or you secretly don't like me but you telling me you like me.
You're not.
I think the government's been doing that for ages.
But you're not supporting Trump in any way.
No. Trump in any way.
But you're saying the racism was clear here, and now it's
I'd rather deal with that.
It's a little more.
I'd rather deal with clear racism and just someone being who they are and letting you know where they come from.
Right. But you're not saying the country was better under Trump.
Nah, I think the country sucked under both of them.
Okay, so that's the context, and that context was taken in so many different directions, in particular in our community, in our culture, and in our media, right? So Baller Alert put this up, combined with a conversation or rebuttal by Jacob York. I believe he was the former manager of Biggie and the son of Malachi York, which you just told me today, and I thought that was crazy, but another story, another time. And underneath it, Ebro wrote in the caption, because a lot of people felt strongly about this, and obviously if you're on the other side of the political line, you're not going to agree with what Styles P said, but Ebro said this I thought was interesting. Oh, God, I want to get your thoughts. Old man Ebro wrote, Trump and the folks like him and that like him are overtly anti-black. That makes and creates more overt anti-blackness for our youth to deal with from cops, teachers, and at work. Nope, at Styles P, that ain't it. Tuck your shit, because it ain't socially unacceptable. Because it is, excuse me, I don't want to misquote. Tuck your shit because it is socially unacceptable. Oh, God, I know you love Ebro. I know that's your man from Hot 97. But try to get your emotions together, man, and give me some context as to what you just heard. Styles P, the backlash, etc., bro.
Yeah, well, first, man, I think with Ebro, man, you know, this dude, like, from what he's saying is totally, it's correct, obviously, but are you saying when you say that Biden is any better? Are you saying that, right? And it's like, you know, anti this, anti that. Let's look at what Trump did. Let's look when Trump was in office, and I'm no Trump supporter. I'm no Trump, you know, apologist or anything like that. But I did see a few stats that when Trump was in office, and maybe it could be kind of skewed, whatever the case may be. But I could tell you this, right? I was reading a few articles. You know, when Trump was in office, black entrepreneurship flourished. He created more jobs. He funded more money into the black community. Black unemployment was at an all-time high. I mean, not unemployment, but black getting jobs. Right. You know, but unemployment went down. Right. You know, under Trump. The pandemic and went back up again. I mean, obviously, because a lot of people were unemployed and whatnot, and lost a lot of jobs because a lot of businesses went out of business. But the time 2017, 2016, when he came in office, things were just a little bit better for black people. Now I'm not saying he's a savior for black people. I'm not saying that. But my thing is, like, somebody who's so racist, why would they want to do anything for people that they hate, right? But on the other side, you got Joe Biden, and I hate playing the sides thing because at the end of the day, I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican, and I don't like when somebody wants to give me something to choose from. Like, you got to be this or this. What if I want none of them?
Word.
And that's where I'm at. I don't want none of them, but I got to look at the numbers. I got to look at the statistics, and I got to look at the history of what they done, and I got to go back to what Biden did. Right now, if you're a Democrat, which a lot of these people are, like your Charlemagne's, your Ebros, they're Democrats, right? They are always going to be on a particular side. If you're a Republican, you got your people that are Republicans, they're going to be on a particular side. So we're not on no side. I'm sitting back looking at this shit with a bird's eye view, and I see corruption in both lanes. But what Biden did with the mass incarceration thing and then the crack cocaine law and things like that, being, one of the people that pushed that, it's like, to me, that's unforgivable. But now it's getting close to election time, so now both parties will start to do it. They'll start to make little moves. Oh, funding for this for the black, funding for this, for this. But when Trump was in office, things drastically changed for us. Tax rates went down. And I can get into specific numbers. I didn't want to really do that here.
Right. But
it's a lot of specific numbers, like him giving $500 million in loans to HBCUs. It's just so much stuff that I can go through. Only 1.4 million black people have found jobs between Trump's election in 2020. Black poverty reached an historic low in 2019. He put more money into economic opportunity zones, over 500 million, to help black businesses. Black businesses flourished under Donald Trump. So if he's just big racist and he hates black people so much, why would he be trying to help in a certain way that he could? That would be my issue right there. So two sides are both corrupt, but which side is better? Then I think the proof is in the numbers.
yeah, you went numbers route, and I can't argue numbers. I won't argue numbers. There's people far more politically inclined than we are on this platform. We don't sit back and argue which side is right, which side is wrong. All I know is this, guys, since we did this platform starting in 2017, hell, since 1988, when I was sitting in the Little Red Schoolhouse and Ronald Reagan was the president, right? It's been Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. In my lifetime.
Right.
It's been the same shit, God. Republican, Democrat. It's been the same shit when it comes to us. Our elders were speaking on the same issues that we currently speak on now. Will the generation after us be speaking on the same issues that the generations that preceded them speak on in their lifetime? Are we going to continue to deal with the same shit? And yet here we are, and Ebro and Charlemagne weren't the only Democrats. Our parents are Democrats. Our grandparents were Democrats. This is something that black people in our generation have historically went to, and this is why we were kind of trained and breaded into going that route when we became adults. But with the advancement of information and the means to be able to see everything from a different angle, with the advancements of social media and internet and stuff like that, it gave us a different view. And this is why I kind of point the finger at a Charlemagne or an Ebro, because you do have the information. You're not dumb. You understand it. But still, yet here you are, Ebro, saying that you're anti-black if you're anything Trump. Well, that's just not cool, and that's not right, and that's wrong. And very divisive to say, because he gets on social media and he tugs on people's emotional cords, no different than Democrats have done to our emotional cords to get us to vote for them since the beginning of time. Why can't he go and tug on an emotional cord of an absolute racist? Because racism exists 1,000% still in this country, and Donald Trump knows this. So why not manipulate them into coming in drones to vote for me, just like the black people came in drones to vote for Yes We Can, Barack Obama?
Right.
It's no different. It's the Democrats and the Republicans. It's no different. It's just two sides of the story, two sides of the same line that we are manipulated to argue against. And it just keeps us distracted.
And if it was so anti-black, right, why did Trump and again, I'm no Trump supporter. I'm just looking at the numbers. 90% of those who had their sentences reduced are Black Americans under Trump. The First Step Act, which he put into, act, shortens mandatory minimum sentences for non-violent drug offenders. So who got this whole thing started about the non-violent drug offenses? Who was championing that? And who actually put a First Step Act to kind of shorten those sentences? So I'm saying all that to say, like, racism is still here.
Yep.
Everything is still here. And a lot of people say it hasn't really changed. And I agree. I think in certain ways it just evolved. Even they say like the prison industrial complex is another, extension of slavery. I agree with that.
100%.
You know what I mean? They said the other day I was watching the TV, they said for every dollar that white people own, we only own 24%. So we don't own no wealth really in the country. That's what it's really, about. What power and wealth can we obtain? And none of that's just really changing. In fact, it's going down. So for them to give us these two people, it's like wrestling. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. Mm-hmm. You better go for one of these people. Mm-hmm. If this dude comes up, Ric Flair, he's nothing. He can never compare to these two. He's a libertarian, or he's a, what was that party they used to have? They used to be Democrat, Republican. It was another party. I forget the other party.
Independent party.
Independent something. But they never had it. Ross Perot. He never had a chance of really winning.
Right.
It's going to be this person. It's going to be this person. So that's the part that I don't like about it. And, yeah, man, I just think that, and I'm sure people can put up stats that Joe Biden, what he's done.
They're going to.
They're going to do that. I understand that part. I really feel like if you really wanted to ask me, that we need to have our own candidate that we breed and not get behind none of these jokers. We need to get behind somebody that we put and that we approve, that we know what they're going to do when they get in there. Don't just, vote Democrat because your parents did it. That's one thing that we do blindly as a people. Yep. We just do it because somebody else did it. We don't know what their policy is going to be. We don't care about their history. Mm-hmm. Very few of us can go say, okay, what did Biden do or what did Trump do in the past? Mm-hmm. Nah, he's just a Democrat or a Republican. I do kind of find it more, though, so that I see that, I would say, with the Trump supporters more so, I think a lot of them are, in some instances, more educated on Trump, especially the business people, on like the policies and stuff that he passes, as opposed to the other side. From my experience,
right.
Doesn't mean that's the overall scope of things, but that's how I kind of see the shit.
Yeah, nah, I feel
we're still dealing with the shit. Still dealing with racism. We still dealing with police is still shooting us. They were shooting us. You know what I mean? When Trump was here, we still killing each other. Yep. It's a lot of stuff that's still going on. So don't be fooled by this, man. Styles P, even what he said, like, I think it was kind of short-sighted or whatever. It wasn't really thought through like that. It was just kind of just made a statement. But I get what he means, and you get what he means by it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, give me the blatant racist, I don't like you, then the person's going to try to be my friend and stab me in the back.
Yeah, we had David Banner on, and he kind of alluded to the same thing when it came to Mississippi as opposed to coming up north.
That's a good one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we were scared to be in Mississippi, he said, nah, bro, let me tell you something. The difference between Mississippi and where you
Massachusetts. He said Massachusetts, I think, right? He said Boston was more racist.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah. He said, well, between Mississippi and somewhere like Boston is, you know what I'm saying? In Mississippi, you're going to know where to go and where not to go. In Boston, they may put it right in your back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just paraphrasing. That's not word for word. But,
right.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question, because you alluded to we need to create our own candidate, we'll have our own structure. And Ice Cube was going toward that line when it came to the contract with Black America, trying to bring it to both parties and just trying to do something for us. And he got a lot of backlash for that. So let me ask you this. Let's say we do get that candidate. Let's say that we do get somebody to carry out something like the contract of Black America and then some. We got somebody that's really got our best interests at heart. Will we see the Charlemagnes? Will we see the Ebros? And obviously this is hypothetical because we don't know. In your opinion, will we see them get behind them, or will we still continue to see them toe that Democratic line that we've seen them do for the last 10, 12 years now?
Honestly, if I saw one of them people get behind them, I would run. Because I would know. You know what I mean? I'd rather be something that they don't even talk about. Like, act like it's not even there. Because if they get behind it, it's some BS.
Damn.
You know what I mean? There's something behind it. And that's what I think. Like, we got enough money. We should be able to fund our own candidate, our own person that's going to be in office, that we fund them and we hold his ass accountable too.
Yeah.
If you go in there and you F us over, it's got to be some serious repercussions. I'm not saying we got to knock your head off or nothing like that, but it's got to be some, we got the power to impeach or whatever. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know if this will ever happen, but and then it's like, why do we even look to the political system like that, the presidential? We should, a lot of people say that we should be looking more so locally and trying to affect there more than nationally. And I also agree with that too. Like maybe we should start like city council, things like that, mayor, trying to get, either become or get involved in that whole process to try to get some change at the local level rather than nationally, and then work our way up before we even get to that point of our own presidential. And I definitely agree with that. I'm just not that political dude that's going to be into that. But if it was somebody out there that was cool, I definitely would help them with their campaign if I could.
Speaking about getting on your way up, right? Do you think it's even that simple to get a candidate, or do we need more of like an infrastructure? I was thinking as you were talking about like the Anti-Defamation League, right? How they have infrastructure that if you talk about them, if you disrespect them, you will be held accountable. And then you also brought up accountability, which made me think about it. Like, do we need like a power structure, infrastructure of blacks to come together and just create this structure that you are not going to be able to cross this because crossing this is unacceptable? Do we need infrastructure before we can get that candidate, or can we just get that candidate to have, I don't want to say a Jesus-like impact, but get the people to galvanize behind him or her to go ahead and do that? Or do you think it's one without the other, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would think it'll definitely need like a structure first.
Yeah.
Something that, I don't know, for like a school or something, an HBCU, something where this person came out of where they knew like they was going to be loyal to their people first. Not to the dollar, not to this, not to the powers that be, not to whatever, but to their people first. They're going to be 100% loyal to the needs. And yeah, we definitely need, because it's power. And like, let's look at Jewish people, how they, how things are structured with them. A great example.
Yeah.
Like they keep the power inside a centralized area, starting with the dollar. Like, okay, we're going to have a Jewish supermarket, a Jewish hospital, Jewish doctors, Jewish lawyers, Jewish barbershop, Jewish grocer.
Yep.
All these people, if you're Jewish, we're going to live around here. We're going to take our money here. We're not going to Cool Cuts up the street. No, we're going to, Jimmy Cat's barbershop.
Right.
We're going to keep our money there. And then, I think it provides like sort of like a shield, because now they got their own police, they got their own everything. So they ain't really got to, go and really deal with other people unless they're coming to buy from us.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it has to be something like that. The problem is, though, and I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, is any time that we tried to build up something like that, either it got destroyed from within, it was infiltrated, something, happened where it went down. That can no longer be an excuse, in my opinion, though.
Yeah.
I think it has to be, and I think a good, structure to start with, and people probably gonna go crazy. It's like a church, like a mosque, something like that, where we can, really get some type of structure, because there's a lot of power and people putting their money into that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the pastors and the imams get corrupted too.
Right.
Through the 401. I don't want to go too far on a tangent, but 501c3, there's certain things they could do, certain things they can't do, and stuff like that. But ultimately, man, I think it would need definitely like a structure, especially like you talking about the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah. Something like that. I think that's perfect. Something like that to start with. Yeah.
For sure. And I think that would kind of create that leader that we know would never turn his back on our best interest. He or she. I don't want to exclude anybody. Don't turn their back on our best interest. And it would just, I don't know. I think that you say people don't want to hear it, but at the same time, it's reality. And until we can deal with those harsh realities and fix those harsh realities from within, we're never going to move forward. And I don't want to say that it's never going to happen, but we have a lot of work to do, because it's a lot of shit going on that distract us within. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not even intentional. Like, you see a lot of the youth out here that got so much influence and power. We bring up Sexy Red a lot on this platform, and not to shit on the young lady, but it's like the amount of influence that she has and what she's doing with it and how they promote it. and how they glamorize it as being this is a part of the new culture in black. This is a part of the culture. And it's like, God damn. What a way to tear down power structure and infrastructure by just dumbing down the product. And this is what they're doing countless times. So
that's a good ass point, man. That's because that when you make that, when you say that, Lauryn Hill pops into my head. What if we had more archetypes, prototypes of a Lauryn Hill, as opposed to a Sexy Red, Lil Kim, Cardi B? What if it were more Lauryn Hills that were more so pushed to the forefront, more so promoted? How could things be just a little bit different? Yeah, she could be sexy in her own way, Lauryn Hill, but she's talking about so much other things that are uplifting, so much things that are powerful. I don't know, man. It's just, it's blatant and obvious in our face now, man.
Yeah, bro. That's the crazy part. That's
It's like,
frustrating.
yeah, it's like if y'all gonna promote this, if y'all gonna be cool with this, we're gonna give y'all the most ratchet porn, sex, drug, kill 'em up, murder thing ever. If you guys are cool with this, we're gonna keep giving it to you.
Yep, feeding it.
We're gonna keep feeding it to you.
Yep.
And we ain't gonna give you, we don't care about a Rhapsody or Lauryn Hill or those types of, we don't care about none of that. Y'all can listen to that shit. The backpack people can listen to that shit on your own time. Right now, it's Sexy Red, it's Glorilla, it's Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion shaking their ass.
Yep.
Sad.
It's crazy. And then they let us go on live and murder each other and indict each other and lock each other up. And they could just sit back and eat apples and donuts and watch it.
If you could be entertained by something and get rich off it at the same time, man.
And lock up at the same time.
Whew.
And let people die at the same time.
Whew. Man.
You're killing 7 birds with 1 stone.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It's a conversation. It's a powerful conversation.
What up, y'all? It's your man Sam. And here at Viral Hip Hop News, do me a favor. Hit that like button, smash that notification bell, and subscribe to the brand Viral Hip Hop News. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's get to work. All right. Big Daddy Kane was celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop out in the UK, and he was doing his mother effing thing. Big Daddy Kane still got it. Big Daddy Kane was killing that shit. The crowd was rocking. The music was right. He was doing it how true MCs do it. Well, UK rapper Comanche Sly was on stage, as you can see right there. He's masked up. He was doing his thing. I don't know if he was feeling it. I don't know if he was getting his inner little mama on. I don't know what the hell dude was thinking of, but Big Daddy Kane was not having it. He was not feeling it. In fact, he was pissed off. He was rocking at first. He was doing his thing at first and eventually said, yo, cut the music off. Hey, yo, Playboy, what's good with you? I'm going to play the clip of what happened. As you can see, Big Daddy Kane's taking off a jacket. He ain't playing no games. I'm going to play the clip so you guys can hear the audio as well of what's going on. Then I'll come back with my 1-2. Let's go.
Stop it. Doing too much, homie. You doing too much. You doing too much. I need the stage. I need the stage, Playboy. I need the stage. I need the stage, Playboy. That ain't my fucking problem. That ain't my fucking problem.
All right, as you can clearly see, Big Daddy Kane does not play that shit. He does not play about his music. He was professional for a little while. He was doing his thing. He was rocking, and then before you know it, he said, you know what, cut it. I can't have this shit, dude. What are you doing? It was a very weird situation. I don't know if Bull was into the music way too much, if he was feeling it, if that was his way to pay homage to the OG, or if he was just being on some dickhead stuff. I really don't know. I really can't answer that question. Only Homeboy can. It didn't seem like he really wanted any smoke with Big Daddy Kane, but at the same time, he wasn't leaving. He was resisting. And if you resist, I got to put hands on you. I got to remove you. And that's what Big Daddy Kane looked like. He was well ready to do. Took off the leather jacket. He was ready to scrap. And it was dope to see for, I don't know how old Big Daddy Kane is. I want to say probably mid-50s. Still doing this thing on stage and still ready to scrap if need be. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this situation. Shout out to everyone who's going to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed to the brand, please subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Till next time, till next story. Love y'all. Love yourselves. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.